Hey you guys, welcome in. My name is Lex and we're going to be jumping into another Claire. Happy October. Okay, I'm having some technical difficulties with two of the other videos, but we're going to keep the show moving. And if you're seeing this on YouTube, all of the videos are going to be posted on Instagram first. That's why I always say it's lit over there. Add me on the Instagram because I'm either going to go live there first or post it there first. Okay, so go ahead, tap in, add the Instagram family. But everything will be also posted on YouTube. We're going to figure out the technical difficulties with yesterday's. And we're going to move forward. Okay, so this Claire that we're going to do today is Clairalience. Okay? Clairalience. I said aliens. Clairalience Alliance, however you pronounce it. But we know Claire means clean or clear or light. Excuse me. Clear or light. So this is why I always really express to you guys when it comes to your clairs. It's not going to be something that is always so loud or so like screaming at you or something of that nature. Okay, it's going to be more so very clear but light. Okay, it's going to be a clear message, but it's going to be light, so you have to be able to listen to it, right? Slow down. And then the word aliens, now this word pertaining to the spiritual gift of clairalience refers to a partnership or collaboration between individuals or groups with a shared goal or interest. So I thought this was very interesting, right? Because from my perspective, when we actually discuss, okay, well, what is clairalience, right? Or alliance? Clairalience or aliens is the psychic ability to perceive, sense, or odors beyond normal human capability, or smell memories, emotions, or future events. Like somebody saying they could smell the rain coming, or they could smell some type of blessing about to come, or they could smell some money on the way. Or this could also look like when you smell an odor that you know is you're not supposed to be smelling it in the area, but you smell an odor, right? Or like sometimes you'll smell like eggs or certain spirits, cigar smoke, different things like that. Like certain spirits will hold smells, and like when they come around you, you'll smell like, I know like a lot of like lower vibrational entities and spirits and like ancestors that's passed on, like some of them will have a odor, right? Because their vibration or their energy just could have been really low. But cigar smoke is another one too, where your ancestors could be signaling you, or you're working with a deity that likes cigar smoke and they signaling you by smelling that cigar smoke. Like this could show up a lot of different ways. Okay. So when we go back to when you break that word down, alliance, and what it means pertaining to the word, the gift, the spiritual gift, clairalience or alliance. I say it different when I separate it, and then I say it different when I put it together. Alright, but yeah, so when you look at the definition and like what the breakdown of what the actual word means, it really is, because it says refers to a partnership or collaboration between individuals or groups. That's like if you're experiencing this, you have a collaboration going on. You have an entanglement going on with spirits, with energies, with deities, right? And that's why I was like, look at that. I thought that was very interesting. A lot of times this one is really, really major, especially if you do certain candle magic, things like that. This one is really major when it comes to listening to what, like, say if you want to you're honoring somebody or you're working with someone, listening to the senses of this clear to be able to really understand, like, okay, what is it that they are, I'm craving this, like, I'll crave Mexican food and I'm working with a deity that's from, that's their origin, where they're from, whatever. Or I'll crave, like, Southern food and that's, like, my grandma. Like, this is what I mean, right? Paying attention to those subtle signs. And I feel like this one, some people may feel like this one is, like, not as common, but a lot of people don't realize how common this one really is and how often it really happens, and we just don't notice it. We think it's just us, or we think we're just craving this or craving that, but a lot of the time it's you picking up on this Claire, which is interesting, right? And then I remember, I'm gonna tell you guys this story when and I've had I've had a lot of encounters with literally, like, because it's two aspects to this. It's like literally you smelling something and it's not there, but it's like a strong odor, right? Like, as in an environment. But it's also like where you could be, you could perceive, like, a scent, like a perfume or something like that too, and they're not there. Or when it comes to the memories, it's like perceiving the memory of, like, or the emotion or the future event. So you see, like, it's like the two sides, where one, you physically smelling something like cigar smoke or perfume, and then two, it's like you're literally smelling like an item or something that's really not even something that doesn't have a smell, basically. That's basically what I'm saying right there. So I think this one is really interesting. I really want y'all to come and leave your comments on this one as well, and let me know what you guys think. Like, do you experience this, and how does it show up? Because I feel like this one right here, a lot of people probably have a lot of different ways that this shows up. But yeah, like, so for me, for example, it was one time I was doing working for a client, and it was like a working where they was really facing a lot of battles. There was a lot going on, and I don't want to really get too many details and things like that, but it was more of something where it was like a war, a battle, right? Trying to free this person from a situation. And I remember I woke up one day smelling this foul odor. Like, it was so strong. It was so strong. And it smelled like some spoiled eggs from like 3 weeks ago or something. And I was just like, oh my God, what is that smell? And I was just smelling around. And then it was like, I asked my son, did he smell it? I think I asked my son, did he smell it or something like that? And he didn't smell it. But that's another thing too I want to talk about. But he didn't smell it. And then I basically ended up realizing, like, my intuition was like, this is spiritual. And then I started doing my research on it. But sometimes people won't smell it with you, but sometimes they will. Because me and my son also, we went to, it was some type of, it could have been a nature trail or something, like, or it was something where it was like a museum there too or something like that. And me and him both was smelling cigar smoke. And he was like, what's that smell? And I was like, I don't know, I smell it too. I was like, what you smell? And he basically described the cigar. He was like, he described like one of those sweet cigars. And it was just like, okay, that was interesting, because usually it's just me experiencing it by myself, but sometimes people can experience it with you. Now, another thing that I was experiencing, and I feel like this could also happen with people that's alive, like people that's living. It's not just spirits in the dead and things like that, where you could smell someone's perfume. Like, I think and everybody may not agree with this, but I think when it comes to like workings and stuff like that, you know how you do candle workings and certain workings that you do for love and like feminine energy, you know how you'll spray your perfume. Now, me personally, I have this belief that spraying your perfume kind of translates into the 3D. Even though that you're doing this candle working, it's right here on your table, I feel like it and I don't know why I feel like this, but like, don't argue with me about it, because I just feel it. You know, it's just like what I think is that through that work, and they'll start smelling your perfume, especially if it's someone who you've already met before. They've already smelled you with that perfume before. I feel like the working could trigger them to start smelling the perfume, and I have evidence, you know. But yeah, so that's also my perspective when it comes to this Claire, because I feel like you can start to smell somebody, or somebody can start to smell you, or you may smell like, you can smell the passed on, but you can also smell the people that are still living, you know. So I definitely think, tell me what y'all think in the comments, but I definitely think that is another way how this shows up. And I feel like depending on the person that's smelling it, like the person that's smelling it, I feel like has to be somebody who's on some type of level of tapped into their clairs, you know, like tapped into their spiritual gifts, their spiritual, because we know like the clairs are like your soul knowledge, your soul wisdom. So I feel like it has to be somebody that's like tapped into their soul wisdom in some type of way for them to be able to pick up on it. But I definitely think that it's something that can be picked up on. Now, do I think everybody can pick up on it, as in, like I was saying, they gotta be tapped into their soul wisdom? Some people may be like, what does that even mean? When I say tapped into their soul wisdom and stuff like that, I don't mean like, I don't mean spiritual, I don't mean religious or anything like that. I mean, like, just on a basic level, I feel like as human beings, some of us are naturally more here, and some of us have souls and are tapped into our soul wisdom. And then some of us are here and we do have souls, but some people are like super sleep, right? So I feel like on a super sleep person, it may not work. But somebody who's tapped into their senses, their gifts, you know, like, I feel like it would work. That's just my perspective. All right, let's see what else we got in the notes. We said smelling perfume from an unknown source. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. This is gonna be a short one, but we're gonna do another Claire that has to do with tasting, and that will be tomorrow. And I feel like it's gonna be interesting when we compare the two, on the aspect of how one shows up in the other reality, but they're very similar, but they're different. So yeah, I love you guys. Love yourself. Let me know some ways if you know more about this one. This one right here, I've had, like I told you guys, I've had a few experiences with it, but this was like, I never really took the time to actually do my research on the actual Claire, the gift of it, and like I've just experienced it. So I feel like it was definitely a lot of resonance when I looked it up. It's very interesting. So I think you guys should also dive a little bit deeper into it if you feel like you've experienced it. And even just listening to, I think I was on Reddit. I think that's what it's called, Reddit. It's like a little red thumbnail, whatever. It's like a community. But I was on there listening or reading people's experiences with it and stories, and it was really, really good. So I think you guys, go check it out. Go do some more research on it if you feel like you've experienced it and you want more knowledge on it. Why not? Don't forget, it's October. It's lit. I'm excited. We have our first group ritual on the 7th. So I'm super excited for that. We have our ritual rundown for the month, but you guys don't forget, I will be posting the rituals for the end of the month. Like, we're not forgetting about Días de los Muertos, We're not forgetting about any of those. Those rituals will be posted on the 9th, okay? So yes. And I think that's it, y'all. Peace. I love you guys. Love yourself.